Hey, welcome. It's been a while, I know. April, March, the whole thing was an issue. Not really. It was just mentally hard. I explained that a little bit in my what I read in February. I know I skipped March. I did actually I read 4 books in March. I briefly went over them. It was just, I didn't like how I filmed that. So I just decided not to put it out because I didn't want to do a half-assed video. I am becoming a plant mom, so that's fun. I will have to show you guys a photo or something here. That isn't all of them. But yeah, so April's been recovering, or I'm compensating for something. Let's not talk about it. Anyways, I'm here to tell you what I read in April. Gosh, can you already believe it's May? I don't want to talk about it. Okay. So in April, I kind of did a little bit differently. A friend suggested that after I read a book, I should just film my thought process on it then. I did it. I didn't watch any of the videos, so I don't really know how it is. So we'll find out. I'll just do a little rough run through and we'll see what editing does. Okay. Please excuse my hair, makeup, everything. I'm working night shifts this week. So it's currently 11:43 a.m. and I have to be at work at 6 p.m. So somewhere around here I need to take a nap. So this is just my lazy look. I don't know. The first book I read in what month? Oh yeah. The first book I read in April was One of Us is Next. My feelings about this book. It didn't need to happen. Honestly, there was no real point to, there was a point to the book, but honestly, there was no need for it. This follows along with one of the sisters from the first book. It's kind of her story, her life now. There have been a lot of Simon copycats at school. They've all been shut down. And then all of a sudden, a truth or dare game comes out through text messaging. And you either pick dare or the Simon reveals a truth about you. I wish it would have elaborated more into that. They didn't really do that. There was three or four truth or dares. It would have been interesting to see a little bit more play into it. Like I said, there was no real need for this book. As far as entertaining, if they would have elaborated more on the truth or dare game, that would have been kind of interesting. But yeah, if you liked the first one, check out this one. It might be for you. So the next book I read in April was in preparation for the TV show. Let me start off. I read The Six of Crows first, and I loved it. I thought Kaz and the gang was just amazing. Like, I loved the things that happened in that book. I loved the situation, the thrills, the thievery, the everything, the tight-knit group. Ninji or Wraith, loved her. She was my fucking favorite. So when they announced they were going to do a Shadow and Bone TV show, and seeing as that's where it all kind of started, I figured I should go back and read it. So I did read Shadow and Bone. I did do this as a mix between audio and physical, and that does kind of impair me a little bit because I honestly can't remember the end. So yikes. So obviously with the first book in mind, they are beginning stage characters. You don't elaborate too much on them. You will pick up, I'm assuming, more as we go. We're just learning about them. We're just exploring them. They're finding out who they are as people. They're finding out their abilities and things like that. Alina and Mel are the best of friends, orphans from the get-go. They have done everything together. They've always made a pact to stay together. They find themselves in the First Army, and they have to go to the Fold to cross it, to get to West Refka, and of course while crossing the Valkyra attack. Alina has a hidden power that she never knew about, and she is Grisha. They immediately seize her. They take her to the little palace to treat her like Grisha and to welcome her into the world and teach her how to be Grisha. Apparently, basically. The Darkling is very fascinated with her. He wants to save her. He wants to get rid of the Fold. And he needs her help to do it. So he's very keen on keeping her around and making sure she's getting everything that she wants and she is protected. With this series, I will say the world building is one of the best I've had compared to like my favorite Shadowhunters. She does a great job. Sometimes I feel like I'm really there. Sometimes I feel like this is a real fucking place. Now, comparing it to the TV show, I saw a preview where Kaz and part of his gang were going to be in it. And honestly, I was upset. Why? Why put them in there? They're not part of this book at all. They're not. But, hear me out. Along the way of watching it, I actually fell in love with the fact that they were there. They were going over the highlights in the book, in Six of Crows, where they talk about their past. And now we're seeing a story to it. We're seeing things of how they have come to be and how they have gotten who they are. And I wanted more. I honestly forget about a line. I wanted to see the Six of Crows characters. I wanted to see Kaz. I wanted to see Jasper, which beautiful. I love Jasper. As far as The Shadow and Bone turned into a TV series, it was really good. I did like it. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I don't remember the ending while reading it, which is probably really terrible. I should have brushed up on it before filming this. But I don't feel like they're missing anything. You're getting more. You're getting more content. You're getting the same story, just additives. I mean, if you plan on reading the Grishaverse, go for it. If you don't want to read it, I would highly suggest watching it. Let's hope that they make more. Let's hope that they're going to do something with this. So 4 stars. I got the next 2 books immediately. I can't wait to read them. The next book I read in April was Borrowed from a Coworker. It is The 16th Subduction by James Patterson. Honestly, I'm this far in, hence why I keep reading them, but it is cut and paste story. Something happens in the beginning that may take part in a different time frame of what the current book is stated at. And then we catch up to Lindsay and what she's doing in her life. And then all of a sudden there's either a copycat or there's the guy came out of hiding and is doing the same things again. This one was a little bit more interesting. I will say that it is about a bomber that takes place in San Francisco and it blows up the Cytron building. She catches him red-handed. She's there on the scene and he admits to her everything that he's done. But when he gets to jail, he denies everything. And it's her word against his. She has no video. She has no written statement. She has nothing except for her word. It goes to trial, and obviously there's something that happens. I'm not trying to spoil everything. But it was a good little twist. It was a good little, kind of kept you on your toes about what's happening, even though you as a reader can kind of suspect what's happening. Yeah, I'm this far in, so I'm just going to keep reading them. I think there's 21 as of right now, unless he's continuing to write more. But yeah, this one will get 4 stars. The next book I read in April was Asylum. This was an interesting book. It was. It's written in third person, which I have a hard time connecting to third person writing, so I don't feel like I'm a part of it. It's about a college prep program that happens, and 16-year-old Dan signs up for it. Excited as could be. Takes place in an old psychiatric hospital. It's only a 10-week course during the summer, and they've renovated the building to look like dorm rooms and things like that. So it's not like hospital beds or anything. It's dorm rooms. It's actual things. Him and his 2 friends that he makes along the way find this hidden wing that hasn't been renovated, that is still untouched, and that is a part of the old psychiatric hospital. Weird things start happening to Dan. He's losing time. He is seeing things. He's getting mysterious notes. Even one of his friends, Abby, she believes that her aunt was a part of the hospital, so she's trying to find more information from that way. Overall, this book was interesting. I read it to find out what happened. I don't know if I'm interested enough to read the second book. I don't know if it's pulled me in. Like I said, the third person's perspective just pulls me away. It has to be a really good book for me to keep up with third person stories. It's hard. I don't know what else to say. I ended up giving this a 3 out of 5 stars. If it would have been first person, it probably would have dramatically done better. But yeah, it was interesting if you kind of like little paranormal stories. And the last book I read for April was Chase Darkness with Me. I don't plan on reading this. It was a true crime autobiography story. It was an audiobook for me. I just don't feel appropriate rating people's autobiographies. That's, yeah, you did great on this thing, but I think it's shit. You know, that's kind of rude. Anyways, it's about one true crime reporter's start to work his way into the field, about how he got started, about how he solved some murders, about even Michelle McNamara, if you know who she is. She wrote I'll Be Gone in the Dark, about the Golden State Killer, and he had some help in there as well. It was an interesting book. I do like true crime. It was interesting. If you like that kind of thing, definitely check it out. If you have Audible, it was free. Yeah, what's not to love about that? All right. Well, hopefully I'll continue going on from here. I am sorry for the last month. I am sorry for the delay in this month. I'm working on it. I'm working on life. I'm just trying to do things a little bit more my pace. I know I have to have mental days, and that is okay with me. I will get this cosplay out whether I like it or not. I'm tired of waiting on it, and I'm sorry if you guys are waiting on it too. It's literally done. Literally finished. I'm mad at myself for not posting it. I just have really bad body dysmorphia, and I'm not ready for the world yet. All right, well, I'll catch you guys in the next one, and let's see what May has to bring for me. Bye, guys.